I know you say you deal with depression, anxiety, everything. Does all that kind of worry you when you, as you start to ascend? Do you worry about kind of getting it more under control, or you got a method that you do?
Music and coaching is my method because I ain't gonna even lie. Like a lot of people don't know this. So I told you this shit gonna get good. A lot of people don't know this, but my worst days and my worst times is at night when I go home. When I go home, now I'm thinking about myself. Now I'm thinking about what I got going on in my life. Sometimes I break down, I have panic attacks, all that shit or whatever. But at night when I go home, them be my worstest times when I go home or whatever. And it's hard to cope with that, like for real. A lot of people be like, be a man, suck it up. You don't supposed to be like that. Like I got some shit going for myself, but at the end of the day, that depression, that anxiety, all that shit, man, that shit for real at the end of the day. And I deal with it at night, like for real, alone by myself. Like
Yeah.
for real.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, hard to
I
sleep.
promise you
all
ain't the
that.
only one.
You ever thought about therapy?
Yeah, I went through therapy before and this and
Okay.
that, but
Me.
sometimes those therapists have worse problems than us. Sometimes
is
those therapists, those people that do the therapy or whatever, they deal with depression and anxiety worse than their client
Yeah.
or whatever. So a person that deal with that worse than me can't tell me nothing because you not doing it.
Yeah. That's true.
You sitting up feeling depressed talking to me right now because I'm telling you about my problems. You don't want to hear about my problems for real because you trying to figure out how the hell you gonna deal with your problems when you get home. How you gonna deal with your wife that's cheating? How you gonna deal with your husband that's cheating? Foreclosure on the house, finances not in order or whatever. So a person like that can't really tell me nothing. Like for real, it's all about. It's a mind thing. At the end of the day, it's a mind thing. And you gotta, find a way to cope with it yourself. But you can't get caught up
Yeah.
in the negative shit that runs through your mind. You can't get caught up in
I
it.
promise you.
If you get caught up in it, that's when suicide come. That's when all the negative thoughts come. Like you just gonna do this and fuck it. I don't care about life type shit. That's when murder come on your mind. That's when robbing motherfucker coming on your mind. Going out making a quick dollar and this and that. Like when you sit back and you do that, man, that shit deep, man. That shit deep. You sit back and do that, man, you'll fuck yourself in the long run because when all that shit calm down and you ain't depressed or stressed out no more or dealing with anxiety, you laid up in a cell or you in the grave while everybody out here having a good time or whatever, when you should have trained your mind and your body and your soul, to cope with this shit. Like, you got to really cope with this shit. You got to meditate sometimes. Sometimes you just got to take a break from the world, take a break from family,
Got to.
take a break from friends, and sit back and think about your motherfucking life.